Hi, Daniel.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so Daniel, I have a question for you. What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to grow up to be a doctor.
You want to be a doctor?
Yes.
You don't want to be a firefighter anymore?
No. I just want to be a
What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a fixer.
You want to be a fixer?
Yeah. To fix iPads.
You want to fix iPads?
Yeah.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a firefighter.
You want to be a firefighter?
Yes.
You don't want to be a doctor anymore?
No, I want to be a firefighter.
Oh,
And that's enough.
and that's enough. Oh, sorry.
When you decide to take charge of your life, the very first thing you are told is you have to know what you want to do with your life. But then that is actually the very first problem. How do I know what to do, right? And this is one of the questions the few ladies I've coached have asked me. That's like the very first question. I don't know what to do with my life. How do I know what to do with my life, And I can actually relate to that question because that was the very first question that led me to the point of, sitting down with myself and trying to figure out who I want to be and all of that, because I was doing a lot of things here and there and they were really, really adding up. And I wasn't just enjoying the life I was living at the time. So that was the very first question I had to deal with. I mean, I could do a lot of things and I knew that I had the capacity to excel in those things. Like I could sing, I could dance, I could read, I could process my thoughts logically, I excelled in my academics, I even had the body to be a model at the time. In fact, there was a time in my life I used to call myself Miss World. I thought I was going to be in the beauty and all of those, in the beauty industry anyway. So I had the body to be a model. Well, things have gone haywire now. Things have gone south. But anyway, I could excel in a lot of things. So I did not know exactly what to do. And growing up in Nigeria where the system is designed in such a way that even people that know what they want to do, they end up getting stuck because they have to do just about anything to survive. Because, the system is just messed up in a way, Talk more of somebody that does not even know what they want to do. Everything is just going to be upside down, But I think that is the foundation of the problem, when we are trying to figure out what to do in life. I think that is not supposed to be the question we should ask ourselves. I mean, growing up as children, we were always asked, oh, what do you want to do in life? What do you want to do when you grow up, right? And we say a lot of things, because we really were not sure what we wanted to do. We just said a lot of things. I remember watching a video on YouTube where Dr. Cindy Trim was talking about her childhood. She was also asked this popular question, what do you want to do when you grow up and all of that? And her response really caught my attention. She said she told them that she doesn't know what she wants to do when she grows up. She doesn't know, but one thing she knows is that she wants to be a big woman. She wants to be a successful woman and she wants to have a lot of secretaries. And that is exactly who she is today, right? And I think that is exactly what we should be focusing on. Who do you want to be in life, not what do I want to do with my life? It sounds like those questions are the same, but they're actually very different. I think that what to do in life is kind of restrictive. It's more like focusing on a channel, a way. I mean, we are multidimensional human beings, and whatever gifts you have, whatever passion, whatever purpose you have, it can be expressed in different ways. So it doesn't mean that because you have a good voice, the only thing you can do is singing. You have to be a singer in the future. Your voice could also be good in presenting. Your voice could also be good in, a voiceover, right? Or, reading audiobooks and all of that. Right? So your particular gift can be expressed in so many ways. So it's not about what to do in life. It's about who you want to be. I think who you want to be is more holistic. It's more like a vision, a picture of who you want to be. And that is what helps you to know exactly what to do with your life. So in this video, I just want to talk about the steps I took to clarify what I wanted to do in my life, right? As I said, I knew who I wanted to be, and then I just continued in that process. So in this video, I'm just going to be sharing all that information, and I just hope you watch this video to the end if you're interested in this topic, okay? analyzed all the steps it took me to define who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do in my life, and I grouped them into these 3 pillars, which I'm going to talk about shortly. And I decided to group it into these 3 pillars because I believe that creating a life you love shouldn't be that difficult. And all these 1001 steps can seem really intimidating and stop you from actually taking charge and creating that life you love. And it's really not that difficult, okay? It's really not that difficult. So all of these steps can be grouped and categorized into these 3 pillars: information, inspiration, and implementation. Okay, so I'm going to go in depth into each of these 3 pillars, and you'd realize that it's really not that difficult. All right, so let's talk about information. I mean, this is the very first tool you need to clarify who you want to be and what you want to do in life. You need a lot of information about yourself. And how do you get information? By asking questions. Honestly, it's as simple as that. And I know this is something that you've probably heard before, asking other people questions about yourself, that they should tell you what they know about you, your strength, the things about you, blah, 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 and blah. But I think beyond asking other people questions, I think it's important to get most of this information from yourself, because you are the only person that knows your story. So you need to get curious about yourself and ask yourself questions about yourself, okay? We all have a story. You may not really know your strengths. You may not know what you're good at. You may not know all of the traits you have, but you have a story. You've gone through life. You have an experience. No matter which stage you are right now, no matter how old you are right now, you have gone through something in your life. Your pain, your privileges, the people that you grew up with in your environment, how you grew up, like everything, you have to own it. You have to be vulnerable with yourself. Like you have to outline every experience, no, maybe not every, but major experiences in your life that you can use to connect the dots, right? The importance of asking yourself questions is that you are able to own your story and you're able to connect the dots and you're able to move from being stuck to being a whole human being, right? Don't be afraid to dig deeper into your life. Don't be afraid of the things that you might find out. Okay, you were molested as a child, you were raised confidently as a child. Okay, you have certain privileges, you were raised in a rich home, or maybe you have pretty privilege, that you are pretty even though you did not grow up in a rich background. That is something. Everything about yourself, you need to ask yourself questions. Why is it that when I talk, people listen? Why is it that when I talk, people don't listen? Why is it that I'm confident? Why is it that I'm not confident? You need to ask yourself all of this information. And this is not just focusing on, okay, what you're good at, your strengths, everything about your story. And this is something that really helped when I wanted to clarify what I wanted to do in my life. I felt like I'd wasted time. At that time, I started to take charge of my life and, figure out what I wanted to do. I felt like I'd wasted a lot of time. I felt like, oh, I should have done this so many years ago and all of that. And I started to ask questions about myself. Oh, why did I do this this way? And I realized that I didn't have information. I was only limited by the information I had with me. I didn't see things the way other people saw it. And, I just got to the root of the problem and I was able to move from blaming myself to actually learning, drawing up information from my experience to, determine how I want to move forward. So regardless of the age you are or the stage you are, you have had experiences, and that is a very powerful information for you. So beyond asking other people what they think of you, you need to ask yourself questions. You need to be curious about your story. And our culture did not really teach us the art of curiosity, so it may be really difficult for you to actually know where to start from, to know how to even begin to draw up, connect the dots in your stories and all of that. And that is where I come in to help you. This video is actually sponsored by my ebook, okay? The ebook, The Smart Girl's Guide to Freedom. And like I said, clarity brings freedom, right? This book is designed in such a way that it contains 7 days reflection questions where you can sit with those questions. In fact, those reflection questions are going to prompt you to ask yourself the right questions to draw up information about your stories. I mean, it's 7 days. It has 7 days reflection question, but it doesn't mean that you have to go through all of these questions in 7 days. You can decide to pick day one you can decide to use day one questions for a whole month, right? You don't have to rush it. The moment you grab your copy of the ebook, the book becomes yours for life. You don't have to rush it. You can take your time at each of this stage, each of the reflection questions, and really dig deep into your story, not just trying to figure out your strength, just everything about you. Because the more you lean into your story, lean into your privileges, lean into your limitations, you are able to draw up information that you need to figure out who you want to be and what to do with your life. So the next pillar is inspiration, and this is another powerful tool that can help you clarify what you want to do and who you want to be in life. Honestly, this one is so powerful, especially for us that grew up in Africa, for us millennials. If you're a millennial like me, this one is very important because I feel like a lot of times you don't even know what you want to do or who you want to be until you see it, until you see someone in that light or you see something that triggers you. So inspiration for me is like a Kickstarter. It's something that pushes you to see things that ordinarily you would not see about yourself. So I remember there was this time I was watching a video on YouTube, and the lady speaking was Pastor Mrs. Funke Felix Adejumo. It was a long time ago. She was in one convention, and she was speaking to a group of women. I mean, that's what she does. She empowers women. And I was watching that video, and it got to a point that I was no longer listening to what she was saying. I was looking at the TV, but I wasn't listening to what she was saying. I was completely into her personality or into what she was doing. And then I told myself, I can't remember if I said it out loud, but I was alone with myself that day. And I told myself that this is the woman I want to be. Like, I want to be like this woman. I want to do what she's doing. I want to speak in big places. I want my ideas to empower women. I want my ideas to transform lives. I want to empower young adults. Like, it wasn't this detailed the way I'm saying it now, but that day I remember saying to myself that I want to be like this woman. I want to do what this woman is doing. And at that time, I had not even thought about YouTube. Like, the idea of YouTube did not even come to my mind. But I remember looking at her that day. I can never forget that day. I can never forget that experience. Before then, I had not even sat down with myself to look into my strengths, to look into my weaknesses, to look into my... The moment I told myself that day that this is who I wanted to be, I just realized that I had all of those. I had the potentials to be that woman because I saw it in that woman that day. It kicked me, like something just told me, no, this is what I want to be. I was so excited that day. I was completely lost in that idea that day that I had to bring myself back to, oh, I was watching a video, you know? So that's what inspiration is for me. And, you know, after that experience of me seeing it, I realized that me speaking, influencing people, helping people make critical life decisions, helping people through tough times, you know, speaking and helping people with my words, with my encouragement, with helping people clarify their thought. That is something I've always done from day one. Like, from the time I can remember myself, primary school, secondary school, becoming, not just with people of my age, but even with people that were much older. People would always come to me with questions, asking me to help them clarify situations, you know, tough times, helping people go through challenges. That's something I've always done, but I never acknowledged it. I was always thinking job, 9 to 5, because that's just what I was seeing in my environment. So until I actually saw it that day, I didn't know that this is something I can actually explore. Get yourself books, read people's stories, read people's lives. I mean, after seeing, watching a video and seeing that, I read a lot of books, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and the more I watched, the more I read, the more I was exposed, the more I was inspired, the more I understood who I wanted to be, the more I gained clarity. So even if you cannot afford a coach, you can get other resources, especially people's stories. People's stories have a way of inspiring us. People's stories, you know, watch conversations, listen to podcasts. And this is why I highly recommend my channel to you, because on this channel, I do sit-down videos, and my goal is to teach with my sit-down videos, and then also show you through my vlogs how I run my life, the things I do on a daily basis, just to inspire you to take action, to take charge, you know, help you with the tools and resources you need to see the things you need to see about yourself. Keep being inspired. That is how you get to know, okay? The more you do that, the more it becomes clear to you what you want to do and who you want to be in life, okay? So the last pillar, or the last thing that can help you to clarify what you want to do and who you want to be in life, is implementation. And this is quite easy. I feel like this is something that we are always doing, we are constantly doing, but we are not just conscious about what we are doing, right? I mean, we are living in this world. You know, every day you wake up, you go through another day, you sleep, you wake up, you go through another day. You are doing something, but you're not just conscious of the things that you do on a daily basis. And this is where implementation comes in. Implementation is just simply doing, right? And you not just doing, but learning from the things you are doing every day and doing more of what makes sense to you. All right, so implementation is more like a trial and error kind of experimenting in your day-to-day activities. So this means that you know, as I said, we are all living every day. So this means that you are drawing up lessons, you are drawing up patterns, you are connecting the dots with what you are doing every day, in what you're doing every day. So for example, let's say you studied engineering in university, but somehow during your NYC, you realize that you served in a law firm or you served in an accounting department, and somehow you realize that, oh, you really enjoy what you do in this place. You enjoy record keeping, you enjoy organization, you enjoy all of these things that you're doing. I know somebody will be like, how can somebody that studied engineering be serving an accounting firm? That is Nigeria for you. That is Nigeria for you. Anything can happen. Or maybe you find yourself just serving or helping somebody out in one particular thing that you're doing. Or maybe you're learning a trade. Let's say you're learning makeup, or you're learning tailoring, or you're learning something else just to get by. And you realize that you're just doing these things for survival. There are things that you are subconsciously learning in that environment that you're not taking note of. I mean, I remember that I used to help my friend. She's a fashion designer with cutting and all of those things. And every time I help her to do these things, I realize that I don't like tailoring. Like, I don't like this process. I don't like it. But every time I go to the salon to help someone or I know how to make hair, and it's not because I learned the trade. It's just by seeing people do it, and I'm just interested in it. But tailoring, no matter how long I sit with her, I don't enjoy it. Like, I don't like it at all. I don't like the way hospital is. So I know whatever it is, that hospital is never going to be my thing. Tailoring is never going to be something that I want to explore. But how did I know that? Because I was actually I was conscious of the things that I was doing on a day-to-day basis. I hope I don't sound confusing, but what I'm trying to say is that we are living. You are sleeping, you're waking up, you have experiences, you are doing things. Don't be afraid to do things. Don't be afraid to experiment. And that is why time is of great importance. But I feel like it's not like we are not living or doing things. It's that we are not conscious of the lessons and the energy, or I don't want to use energy, or the feedback we are getting from the things that we are doing, right? We are not conscious of those feedback. So when you are conscious of the feedback, you know that, oh, this one, I don't like it. Oh, this one I like. Oh, there's something about makeup that I like, the precision, the accuracy that I can apply maybe when I'm painting or something. You know, somebody can study arts in school and decide to be a makeup artist. That knowledge on artistry can be useful in doing makeup, you know. So there's a link between all of these things. So you want to be present in everything that you're doing while you're experimenting, while you're doing something to survive. You want to be present in that doing. We don't figure out what we want to do in life by just thinking about it. We figure things out. We gain clarity by doing. We don't gain clarity by thinking about it, okay? Clarity on what to do comes by doing. So don't be afraid to explore. Don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to do all of those things. But most importantly, be present in all of your experiences. So that's all the points. That's all I have for you in today's video. These are the things that helped me to clarify who I wanted to be in my life and what to do. So let me know in the comment section if you have any question, if you need more clarity on anything I've said in this video, or you have any idea that you want to share with us. How did you gain clarity on what you wanted to do and who you wanted to be in life? Let us know in the comment section as well. And just check the description box. The ebook is there. It's available for you to download right away. And if you want to reach me, you can follow me on Instagram and send me a DM, or you can send me a message via email. Everything about me is in the description box. You can check that in the description box. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for your time. If you really enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. It helps my content to reach a lot more people, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'm sure you're also going to enjoy this video and the end screen
It will also help you a lot, okay?